Hey, are we live?
Yeah, can you get a bit closer in?
This is going to be a very close interview.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Are we live yet?
Mm-hmm.
We're live! Coming to you live from Orlando, Florida. We are at Pet Alliance Greater Orlando. I keep on messing up the name. Yes, that is me on the back of the phone. Is that you? Oh, that's
No,
somebody in
it's
your
just
phone. Just flowers. Okay, well. Hey, this is Steve. What's your title?
I'm the executive director here at Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando.
And what do you guys do?
We adopt out lots of dogs and cats each year. We house them, and we also do quite a few initiatives to prevent people from having to surrender their animals to us.
You know what I love about this guy right here and this general facility is that they feel the same way that we feel about the importance of spaying and neutering as many animals as possible. Tell them a little bit about your spay and neuter program.
So we have an entire clinic designed for spay and neutering, and 1 day a week is for feral and community cats only. So our goal is to end the feral problem in Orlando, Florida, Orange County. We have about 70,000 feral cats.
70,000.
70. It's a large number. And we know that we can tackle that problem. We've given ourselves 6 years, so it seems ambitious, but we've set aside the resources to do that. We have a lot of support from companies and individuals and volunteers, and a staff of one person that's doing it. But we do have the shelter staff and the clinic staff helping her out with the spay and neuters, because we don't make Kathy do those surgeries.
You don't have to do them. So how much government funding do you guys get?
So our budget's about $6.5 million, and we get one contract from the city of Orlando for about $50,000.
$50,000. And what's your annual budget to run this place?
$6.5 million.
$6.5 million, which means other than the $50,000, the rest of the money has to come from.
Comes from our development program, our adoption fees, and we have 3 public clinics that help support our mission.
So if I lived in the Orlando area, I have a cat or a dog, I want to get them spayed and neutered,
Yes.
what do I do?
So you would give us a call, and we would schedule an appointment, and you would come in. I always tell people, friends, family, anybody that will listen, we are the best at spay and neutering because we do 13,000 to 14,000 surgeries a year. So there's no other vet in town that does that many spay and neuters. Our vets are really good at it.
And they're affordable as
Yes,
well.
very
So,
affordable.
I mean, it's honestly, I've checked prices before. You can pay $400 or $500 for a spay and neuter. And how much do they cost here?
So our cats are $50. That includes their microchipping and some vaccines. And our dogs range from $50 to about $180. Really big dogs cost a lot, but your average dog is about $50, $60.
What's the number one message that you want to get out to our followers today?
So I know that most of your followers are dog people, and we do love our dogs, but right now we are in full kitten season, and I think kitten season is national. I think it's a thing that happens nationally. If you see kittens in the wild, leave them be. Do not touch them. Leave them alone. Watch to see if the mom comes around. She is probably out feeding and is going to come back and look at her kittens. Now, if you're worried about it, we do have a really good tip that I just learned last week from our kitten expert. She recommends taking a little bit of flour and sprinkling it in a wide circle around the kittens, and then looking to see if footprints go. That means the mom has come back, fed the kittens. Also, if little kittens have little bitty round bellies, it means they're being fed. Leave them alone. Their best chance of survival is with the mom. And then when they're a little bit older, we can trap them, spay them.
So this is a problem across the country,
Absolutely.
probably around the world, where people come across a litter of kittens, they think they're being abandoned, or the mom runs off. That's what moms do. They have to go hunt, they have to go provide food for those babies. If you interrupt that process and disrupt that family and then bring that family to a shelter, those kittens are more than likely going to die. I mean, they are more than likely going to die. So the best thing you can do is observe the situation. The flower trick is neat. If you really want to, maybe put out some food and water. But this is Mother Nature, and you gotta let it do its thing.
If you do put out food and water, pick it up as soon as the mom is eaten. Don't leave it out for other animals to come, raccoons. Here in Orlando, we have coyotes, if you can believe that. And they will come and not only eat the food, they might eat the cat. So we always recommend that if you're going to feed animals outside, that you leave it out for a certain period of time and then you bring it in. You don't leave it out all day for animals to graze. This isn't the buffet. Put it out. They will learn very quickly that it's out, and about the time they will come eat and then you can put it in. You're not going to get rats, you're not going to get raccoons, you're not going to get other things. That noise you hear in the background is a bunch of our kittens. So we are actually processing lots of kittens right now in the next room.
We did ask them to be quiet, so I don't know.
I
I don't know what they're thinking over
don't know
there.
what they're doing.
So if I'm in Orlando and let's say I notice I have a feral sort of colony of cats that seem to be roaming around the neighborhood, what should I do?
So we have a community cat initiative here in Orlando, and we partner with Orange County Animal Services, CARE, TNR, a whole host of other cat rescues, and then Pet Alliance. Pet Alliance focuses on those colonies of 30, 40, 50 cats. We do very targeted neighborhoods, about 2-mile radiuses, and we've done 578 spay and neuters since December. CARE will take the 10 to 20, actually bring most of them to our facility, and we will spay and neuter them there. And Orange County Animal Services, if you're a citizen, you can call them up, 311. They will come out and trap up to 5 cats at your house, neuter them, spay them, and bring them back to you. And they won't reproduce, which is what we want.
Yay!
See, that cat is telling us.
No
That's
more babies!
right.
No more babies! Yeah, so for those of you that are watching right now that are part of the Pet Alliance audience, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Marika Meeks with Incredible Stella. You'll find us on Instagram and on Facebook. We are animal advocates out of Scottsdale, Arizona. We have a book coming out this year called Incredible Stella, How the Love of a Pit Bull Saved a Family. You can pre-order that now on Amazon. And what's great about our support around our book, it's been so successful, is that the more pre-orders we get of our book, the greater the audience gets to see a pit bull type dog represented in a really positive light. And so far we've been reprinted in Portuguese, we've had a large print edition come out, we now have an audio version, so if you're interested in dogs and love dogs or pit bulls, please pre-order our book. We are also working on a TV concept called Adopt Don't Shop, which I know is near and dear to all of our hearts, right? And so hopefully we'll get to make it out here, but we're going to be in the RV, the Incredible Stella RV, traveling the country and meeting with families that want to go through the adoption process, but it can be overwhelming. I know in Phoenix we have 900 dogs in our shelter. So for a family that wants to adopt, oftentimes, like, where do they start? How do you find that one special animal out of 900, especially in the county shelters that are so very often chaotic and loud and just really hard to focus. So what we do is adoption concierge. We're going to work with families, figure out what their lifestyle is, figure out what their living arrangements are, and most of all what they want out of a pet. And then we're going to work with organizations like Steve's here to help narrow down 2 or 3 dogs that we think might be a good fit for that family and hopefully find them their new best friend. So I hope you guys will be hearing more about that soon. We'd love your support and follow us if you can.
That'd be great. And living arrangements are very important. And I think one thing your followers will really appreciate about Pet Alliance is that we work daily to get complexes to eliminate their breed and size restrictions. It's called our Pet Apartment Registry. And we've seen great success in the past 2 years in the reduction of the number of, I'm going to say pit type bulls. They come in, any kind of square head. I call them Charlie Brown dogs. We know there are lots of them out there. We know that people love them. We also know that there are people that don't want them in their complexes. And so we work with these complexes to educate them and really explain to them what the return on their investment will be by allowing all dogs. And it's been a great success for us. And so, if any of your viewers out there have any questions about that, I'm always happy to answer.
We gotta spread that program around.
Because that really needs to be a national thing.
It really does. And I love that. I know you don't like to draw attention to this, possibly, for the way you phrased it earlier, but I love the innovative way that you guys do your kennel labeling here.
Yeah.
So if you come to the kennel here and are looking at the dogs, there's no distinction as to what the dog is. You're looking at the dog to see whether there's a connection, a relationship there, a lifestyle match there, not whether it's this breed or that breed. And I think that's so important because all the studies I've seen that said if the word pit is used in any of these shelter documents, that stays with the dogs forever and can very often mean that people don't adopt them, they don't even consider them, or if they do adopt them, perhaps they take them to a rental type property where the dog is no longer not allowed. And so we're causing a lot of problems by labeling these dogs early on, and I really love that you guys have taken a different approach with that.
Oh, absolutely. We do a routine test with our staff. It's a fun game. We will do DNA testing of our own dogs and have kind of an educational contest to see who can guess. I mean, I will say our shelter manager usually wins. But, you know, Kathy, who's filming this on our end, her dog clearly to me looks like a setter, and it's got 25% Staffordshire in it, so she loves her pitty mix. My own Molly, I was convinced was an Aussie Shepherd, and she has Alaskan Malamute and Bulldog, so my partner Jay loves his Bulldog mix. You know, and we kind of laugh about it because she doesn't look like a Dalmatian, but yet she's got Dalmatian in her. And the people that were testing their dogs and thought, oh, for sure this is a pit mix, didn't have any Staffordshire mix in them.
And that's not just at your shelter.
No, that's everywhere.
like even veterinarians, if they're
Yes.
asked to choose which of the pit bull mixes out of a mug shop, like
Yeah,
basically
absolutely.
a lineup of dogs, they're invariably wrong.
Yeah, we had a great time doing it. We tested about 24, 25 of our own personal dogs. And we always recommend if people just want to know, you know, they can do that. We don't recommend that people require it in order for housing. You know, it's about an $80 expense, a good DNA test. But it is super fun
Yeah.
to do. And I know our staff really, the educational piece of it really kind of solidified why we don't label
I love
breeds,
that, yeah.
because it's just impossible to do it accurately.
Yeah, and not to do an injustice to the dog.
Yeah, it's not fair to the dog.
Exactly, and that kind of brings home another point is that they're all just dogs,
Yeah.
right? Dogs have behaviors, and they're going to go from one side to the other, to good to,
Just
to
like
negative.
kids.
Just like kids, just like people in general. So it's like it doesn't matter what their breed is. It matters. Each individual dog is exactly that. It's an individual and deserves to be treated as such.
Yeah, and it's important how the owner treats their animal. You know, keep it inside, leash walk it. You know, for your neighbors say, clean up after your dog. I mean, come on, people. There are enough, you know. We're very fortunate. Orlando's the home of Doggy Pot. There, you see the little green containers in the bags. They originated that. So
Doggy
they're-
Pot,
Doggy Pot,
P-O-T.
P-O-T, you know. I'm
Gotta be famous for something,
see them
right?
in lots of dog parks, and
Thought it was
you know,
Disney World, but
that-
it's Doggy
no,
Pot.
It's Doggy Pot. And you know, that's environmental cleanup after your dog. You know, it's super easy to do. And I know there's nothing worse. You're walking your dog and you have one bag and they poop twice. I do get that happen sometimes, but you know, if you clean up after your dog, you walk your dog, your neighbors will know your dog. Your dogs will get to know your neighbors and their dogs, and it's great socialization. But it's also good pet ownership.
Yeah, so there you have it, guys. Live from Orlando, pick up poo, right? Or go to Disney World, or do both.
Yeah, you can do both.
Well, I can't thank you guys enough for your time today. I really
Thanks so much.
super
Yeah.
impressed. I mean,
Thank you.
learned a lot, and I've really enjoyed it. So,
Oh, good.
Very
anyway,
good.
we'll log out now. But thank you guys for joining us.
Have a great day.
Bye. Adopt, don't shop.
Finish?
Yep.